My goal is if we can pay for the campground wherever we're at, I'm good. That's my goal. Oh,
You need a bigger goal.
yeah.
Hey guys, and welcome to the RV Trash Talk podcast, where we dish on all things RV, full-time traveling, and RV maintenance. I'm Danny, one of the co-hosts of this crazy experiment. My wife Melissa and I, along with our great friends Rob and Trish and Jim and Amy, thought up this crazy idea sitting around a campfire drinking whiskey in Athens, Texas.
Welcome back to RV Trash Talk Podcast. Today's episode is a special one because we're throwing it back to March and April of 2024 when this whole crazy adventure started at the National RV Training Academy, or NRVTA, in Athens, Texas. That's where we all met and where the boys spent 5 weeks training side by side and then decided to take the plunge into becoming certified mobile RV techs. In this episode, the girls are putting the guys in the hot seat to discuss questions about their training, life at NRVTA, and of course, the most unforgettable RV oh boy moments. But before we get started, where's everybody at? What's in the glass? And we're going to start with Rob and Trish.
All right. Well,
I'm actually double fisted. I have a missile mule and then a Modelo just in case I finish.
Oh boy.
So I have to get up and interrupt our flow.
2 thumbs up.
right?
Yes,
Yeah.
gotta be double fisted.
So I've got a missile mule and some water. And let's see, we're in Seaside, Oregon. And we actually, over the last couple weeks, we were obviously in Colorado. It's been a whirlwind.
We've been all over the world.
Yeah, we did Colorado. Then we were in Punta Cana for a week for a work trip we won. Then we went back to Colorado, helped our daughter move, packed up, went to Utah, visited a friend, Idaho visited a friend, Oregon visited our daughter, and now we're finally at the beach. That's all in like 2 weeks.
Yeah, and we harvest hosted the whole way here too, which is awesome. So shout out to Harvest Host.
Yes, shout out.
Link in the comments.
Welcome back.
Yeah. It was definitely good. It was good. Long week.
Nice,
Though.
that's
Long 2 weeks.
awesome. You guys have definitely had a lot going on. That's super awesome.
My God, yeah.
And then we'll all be reunited again in a couple of weeks. That's
I know,
great.
can't wait.
Yeah, looking forward to that.
Yes. All right, Jim and Amy, the Vagabonds. What's been going on with you guys?
Well, let's see. We have finally left Fort Worden, Fort Flagler, all those forts that we've been at. And we're over even closer to where we're from in Poulsbo at the casino. We just celebrated. Our daughter turns 21 tomorrow, but we celebrated her birthday, over the weekend. It's kind of lame because she's 21, but her birthday's Monday. All my friends are teachers around here, and I'm like, ain't nobody going to come to your birthday party.
Yeah.
They got to go to work and stuff.
So we did that this weekend and met up with the DeLacy's.
Yeah. And what's in the glass?
What's in the glass? I've got 19 Crimes Red Blend.
And I have a nice, neat pour of Badel Hazens.
Basil.
Ooh,
Basil
changing it
Hazen.
up.
It might not be the first one, actually.
I'm pretty sure, and I'm not even there to
Wow.
witness.
He was drinking screwdrivers at 8 o'clock this morning. So.
9:30.
You got to start off with a Bloody Mary, man. That's what I did. Bloody Mary in football at 10 o'clock in the morning. It's really weird.
Love it.
Awesome.
All right, Danny, where are we at right now?
We are at Suquamish Clearwater Casino with Jim and Amy, the Vagabonds. We've been in Washington for like 2 weeks. We're doing the big three. We did Mount Rainier, North Cascades National Park, and then Olympic National Park.
Nice.
So we are here for 4 nights, go to the Elks for 2, and then we head out on our cruise to Alaska. So we're excited for that.
Yeah.
And I am also drinking Basil Hayden, but mine's not neat because I'm still young and my palate is not formed.
Yeah, boy. That's a cheers, everybody.
Oh, no.
Wait, Melissa.
Well, I also have the same thing as Amy because I'm going to mooch off her wine. Before we dive into the good stuff, for all you Karens out there, everything we're sharing today is based on our own experiences at the National RV Training Academy. We are not speaking on behalf of NRVTA. or its instructors or the program itself. Just our personal stories, takeaways, and along with a few laughs. This is what we're talking about right now. So just wanted to put that little disclaimer out there for you guys.
For sure.
I like it.
Oh boy.
I like it.
Oh boy. So I think the first thing is we're gonna get into the whys and the first impressions of the NRVTA. So we're gonna start with Rob. Rob, what made you want to go to NRVTA in the first place?
That's a good question. I've always done stuff with my hands. I've always been handy. So fixing stuff has not really ever been an issue. We got our first rig. We had something go wrong with it on one of our spots that we went to, and something with the water heater, and I've just felt dumb at that point because we ended up getting screwed for about the cost of what was it, around $800 for a mobile tech to come out and change an $18 thermal fuse in the water heater. I mean, that's how bad we got taken. So that was kind of the start of it. When we got rid of that rig, got another rig, we were on our way up to Maine, and we had an electrical issue, which basically fried a wire all the way into the rig, and the rig almost caught on fire. It was kind of crazy, but guy came out, worked it, took care of it, cost another, probably again around $800 or so, but we got to chatting, and I was like, how long you been doing this? He's like, oh, probably about 2 years or so. And we just chatted a little bit more. He's like, yeah, I went to a school out in Texas, and I kind of learned this. I'm like, all right. I've been chatting with him now for a while, and I was like, just straight up, like, how well do you do doing that, if you don't mind me asking? And he's like, yeah, I make around probably 100 to 150,000 in the 6 months I work, and then I just play the other 6 months. I was like, I could totally get behind that.
Yeah.
So right after that, I started looking into what the school was, and I did a whole bunch of research on it. And at the time, there was only 2 schools. It was that and the RVI or RVTIA, I think is what it was. But this one was definitely hands-on, and I learned hands-on. I can't read and learn how to fix something. So this was totally hands-on, which was great, and did a lot of research into it, watched a couple videos that were out there. Everybody said it was kind of good, and I was like, all right. I'm like, I'll just sign up and I'll go in January, and I can't remember when this was, like November-ish or whatever.
October, November, yeah.
And they're like, oh yeah, no, we're sold out. I'm like, wait, what? And then it was like, okay, well, how about February? No, we're sold out there too. I'm like, okay, when's the next place I can get in? And it was ended up being in March, and so I signed up. I signed up then, and was like, okay, this is definitely cool. Like I said, I've done a lot of stuff. I knew we were going on the road full time, and I kind of needed something else to do because what I was doing was just getting monotonous. I was in marketing online, and I did well, but it just was getting too much. So I knew wanted something different, and this was kind of fit the bill. So
Nice.
Cool.
and here I am.
Love it.
Awesome.
So I hope
Yes.
that wasn't too much, or
All right, Jim. What made you go to NRVTA?
So I've always had a passion for RVs. I grew up, and mom and dad always had some sort of an RV, whether it was a camper that goes in the bed of the truck or a travel trailer. I remember one time that my mom and dad, he actually traded his motorcycle as part of a down payment for a used travel trailer, and he gets it home, and once he put water in it, he had water everywhere because pipes had burst because the guy had never winterized it, and then he found dry rot in the back end of it, so he actually pulled the siding off of it and repaired all that. And I was always intrigued with all that. As an adult, I've almost always had an RV myself, and I know the pains of what it's like to try to get my RV in for service, whether it's under warranty or not. I mean, they say, yeah, make an appointment, and it might be 3 months before you get your RV back. So I wanted to be able to try to manage at least 95% of that myself. I also like to help people, so the more knowledge I have about repairs, I can help other people while I'm traveling around or just in RV parks, and it's just something that I've always loved to do. And I mean, now that I'm in living the full-time life, you know, it's just even that much better.
Nice.
Here, here.
Yeah. All right, Danny, what made you want to go to NRVTA?
What made me want to go to NRVTA? Well, we've been RVing probably 6-7 years and similar things just to learn how to fix your own RV. We knew we were going full time, but I was retiring from the Air Force at 38 years old, and it was just one of those decisions where I'm going to be living on the road full time, traveling all the time. I have no idea how to use a computer, so I can't work remotely on things. And the bonus was that the NRVTA opened up the GI Bill, so for military members, you can go to the school for free. And like Rob knows, it was probably $10,000-$12,000 to go. Which, if you want to go into that career field, I think it's an excellent choice for sure. The money's worth it. For me, it was a no-brainer because it was free.
Free 99.
So we went, and it was a really good experience. You know, I think probably we had these big dreams of starting a business, and for us, as far as the full-time mobile all the time space where we're going 3, 4, 5 nights places, it's you can't really establish a customer base, but I just wanted to know how to fix my RV and, like Jim said, help people on the road, which is probably why I'm such a terrible business owner, because I generally just help people and I'm like, forget about it, man, you're good, just get them on the road. But,
Give me a beer, we're good to go.
exactly, but I'm gonna learn that. But yeah, it was just to be mostly self-sustainable on the road, but then also put a little pocket change in while we're traveling.
Yeah. Yep.
Nice. I love it.
Awesome.
That's such a great answer, honey.
Thank you.
All right, Rob, what was your very first impression of NRVTA?
So it was a lot more people than what I thought. What I found out is that our class, I think, was like the second or third class that got the GI Bill approved. So it was always like classes of like 7 or 8 guys, which for me is great because I like small groups. And all of a sudden we go in there and it was like, holy shit, there's 50 people here, and it was a little overwhelming, a little nerve wracking, but turned out to be all right. But yeah, it was definitely a little overwhelming at first.
Yeah, I can definitely see that for sure. Jim, what's your answer?
Very similar to Rob's. Like he was saying, they just got approved for the GI Bill usage like 8 months before we went, and actually I was supposed to be in the class just prior to the class that the 3 of us were in, but something personally happened and we had to delay to the next one, and that's what we all ended up in the same class. But it was so the first week is all fundamentals, which is a great freaking class. And even if you're an RV owner and just want to know a little bit more about your RV, it's a great class to do. I had actually taken the online course before that and learned a lot there as well. But like Rob, I'm a hands-on guy, you know, so even in fundamentals, getting to put my hands onto stuff and use my test equipment and have somebody that knows how to use the stinking thing was huge. But it was overwhelming. It was like, oh my gosh, what did I get myself into? Can I actually pass this course so I don't have to pay the government back all the money that I don't want to fail, you know, type of thing. And then I saw the beard.
Yeah.
And it's like, I was starstruck at that point, you know. I'm talking about Todd. He teaches.
we're not talking about
Not
Danny's
having you,
beard.
Danny.
He didn't have the beard yet.
Not
No, he
this
didn't have the
beard,
beard
not
then.
this beard.
Yeah.
So, but it was a little surreal for me because it was something that I always wanted to do, and I only had like 10 months left on my GI Bill when we classed up. And my GI Bill was expiring. There's no way I could possibly afford to do this course and pay for it for myself. So it was actually a blessing for me to even actually get to go and use my GI Bill, which I earned. But yeah, it was like, whoa.
Yeah.
I mean, to put it in simple terms, whoa.
That's a very good way to put it. All right, Danny, what was your first impressions?
Same as Rob and Jim. a little overwhelming, but the instruction was so good, and the instructors had so much experience. Like our refrigerator guy, Terry, he
Terry
had
was
30
awesome.
years as an RV technician, so he just made it dumbed down, simple, and I just thought it was a great experience. I did get the jitters, of course, from
Yeah.
I chose to forego college, so I went in the military, and then I'm here. You're on a week class. You start Monday, and Friday there's a test, and you got to pass this test. And I'm
Yeah.
like,
Yep.
oh boy. I thought that was nerve wracking going off to war, and then when you put a test in front of you, it's like, oh crap. Where's my meds?
Yeah.
So definitely overwhelming, definitely a great experience. And as far as when we went, if everything's the same as when we went, I would highly recommend it to everybody.
Yeah,
Nice.
it was
Nice.
great.
So, Rob, what class did you think completely fried your brain? Were you just totally done with it by the end of the day and you definitely needed some whiskeys?
Oh man. Well, the first class we had, or at least I had, was refrigerators, and that was you dive straight in. I mean, there's just no screwing around. And then the final was, well, I'm gonna. All right. So spoiler alert: if you don't want to hear what the final is, pause this now. So the final is basically they rip apart all the refrigerators, put everything in a pile, and you have to build a refrigerator. Like that was huge. But that class was, yeah, every day, especially because it was the first time. I was like, come right home. I was like, yeah, I need a drink. Oh,
I think that's how we all met the first week.
yeah, pretty much.
We did have many drinks.
Yes.
All right, Jim, what do you think your answer is?
I would have to agree with Rob. The whole refrigerator class was just absolutely phenomenal. So 20 years in the Navy, I went through a lot of training, and I will have to say that how Terry was teaching that class is probably the best hands-on training, technical training, in only a 1-week period that I've ever had.
Yeah.
And to be able at day 4 on Thursday to take a stripped, I mean, we would literally take every single component off of 2 different styles of refrigerators. So there was like, I think 12 and 12, so 24 refrigerators. All the core components minus gas stuff, which is another subject. But you'd put it all on a table, and then you would have to make a working refrigerator for Terry. And was I scared about that? Absolutely.
Hell
But
yeah.
when I got to that point, I got so excited about it
Yep.
because he taught us he taught us how to crawl, to walk, to run, well, jog, then run. And going into that final of building the refrigerator, I felt very, very confident.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah,
amazing.
He was a great
Amazing.
instructor.
I mean, he's probably, like I said, he's probably the best instructor I ever had in my entire life.
I'd agree there.
That's pretty awesome.
Shout out to Terry.
Shout
Yeah.
out to
Hope you
Terry.
listen,
Go
Terry.
Terry.
All right, babe, what's your choice?
Well, they both said refrigerators, so I will say the most overwhelming. What was the question?
Air conditioning.
The question was, what class completely fried your brain that you needed lots of whiskeys?
Okay, good. Yeah, completely fried my brain was exteriors. We spent 1 week in
yeah.
exteriors. We're talking landing gear, slides, awnings, and that's the biggest
Yeah.
components, moving components in the RV. And I felt like we probably could have used 2-3 weeks in
Oh my
exteriors.
god. Yeah.
We could have spent a week on each class of slide.
Yeah, exactly. Each different
I
type
mean-
of slide we had. So, I mean, Chandler, the instructor, was absolutely amazing. And he's the brainchild of all these incredible components that he makes to make RV techs' lives easy. But that was the class where it was just...
Yeah. That I
Probably-
agree. That class definitely could have been a couple weeks.
Yeah, I probably liked it the best only because when I left every night, I was like, I want to know more.
Yeah.
Like, we just touched slides. So there's how many different slides in the RV industry?
Yep.
And we saw a couple different ones. We got to pull one completely out and put it back in, which was sweet. But awnings and doing the landing gear, and you got electric and hydraulic and manual, and it was just like overwhelming amount of knowledge. And I really felt we needed 2-3 weeks.
And I'm going to add on to that a little bit because I really think even with only 1 week, I think as a mobile tech, I think they could have went at a different route with it or added a piece to it, to where, and there was some of it, but I think they could have emphasized it more about how to get a slide in on an emergency, or get landing gear on an emergency.
Yeah.
They touched on it briefly, but I think they could have spent more time on that.
Yeah, definitely. It's such a huge component of the 5 classes that we took. That exteriors was definitely overwhelming. But let's be honest, I was there with you guys around a campfire. I was drinking whiskey whether I got it or not.
Yeah.
So,
It doesn't matter.
I do
For
remember you
sure.
stressing out before every test, though.
Yeah.
there ain't kidding.
All right, nice. I love all the answers and all the information you guys are giving. Trish, why don't you take the next part?
All right. So we are going to be talking about training to be mobile techs. And I'm going to switch it up a little bit because poor Danny has been going last every time and has to come up with, if they take his idea. So we're switching it up. Going to be Danny first this time. Did NRVTA actually prepare you for the chaos of real world repairs?
They gave me a good foundation. In 5 weeks, you can't learn every system, every component on an RV. Really, NRVTA is component appliance heavy training. So we grilled down on air conditioners and hot water heaters and furnaces and refrigerators, but the first several jobs I had when I got out in the world had nothing to do with what I learned.
It's just
But-
a water heater.
Yeah, exactly. But the core of the training taught me how to work a problem. So even though it wasn't something, a component that, the first thing I did was plumbing. I had no idea. We didn't really touch plumbing, but the instruction and the training and the hands-on in there showed me how to work the problem. It's just, this is the issue, step 1, step 2, work it through, follow your path of electricity or water or whatever. So, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely fantastic training.
Love it. Love it. And that makes sense, right? Like just learning how to break things down. And if you know it in one area, you can find it in the other. Love it.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome. All right, Jim.
Yeah, very similar answer. We were taught how to trace the signal. That signal might be water. How do you trace it? You start from the beginning and you work it through. Where does it change? Where does it stop? Or change so significantly, it's like, what the heck? But yeah, I think that's probably where I would go with that as well.
Okay.
Ditto.
Your answer was spot on.
Thank
It
you.
was good. It was really good.
Read the question again.
Yeah, Rob. Okay, Rob needs me to repeat that question.
Shocking.
I know, right? Did NRVTA actually prepare you for the chaos of real world repairs?
It taught you all how to diagnose, which is good. It doesn't teach you that, and it was like diagnose and just replace this board. What it didn't teach you is like my very first job. Yeah, I diagnosed it was an issue with the furnace. I had to get on my back and underneath this cabinet, trying to get to the damn thing just to unscrew it to get out. Like they don't tell you that because you have the whole thing out right in front of you, which is fantastic. But yeah. So, but it definitely did. It taught you to follow the flow. Where the flow stops, that's what the issue is. So.
All right, I like it. All right, so next, what advice do you have for someone that is thinking about going to NRVTA? Danny, you can go first.
What is their advice? Of course, do your research. There are a few schools out there. We can only speak on NRVTA, and we're speaking from a year and a half ago experience, but this is RV Trash Talk Unfiltered. So do I think you could just go to a dealership and say, I'm interested? Can you find a mentor like our guy Terry, who never went to a school, who did it for 30 years? Could you become a good technician? Yes. Can you do on-the-job training? Yes. But a foundation built on the principles of how the RV works and what Rob touched on, the diagnostics, like to be able to sit there and play with a furnace on the table for 8 hours a day for 4 days, to hear the sounds and understand where it's coming from. I think it's invaluable. And that's not to take away from the RV techs that never went to a school, because they're just from the school of the hard knocks and they did great. But specifically, if you're a non-handy person, you come from a blue-collar job or white-collar job, and then you want to be a blue-collar. I don't know why you would go from white-collar to blue-collar, because you probably make more money.
That's
That's
guy
what I
did.
did.
That's
Yeah.
what this guy
You
did.
go from the office to the shop.
So if you're Rob and you want to give up your cush six-figure job and go be a grunt, then absolutely go to a school so you can build those fundamentals, get the foundation of the training, and it'll serve you well.
All right.
That's a quote of the episode right there.
Yeah.
All right, Tim, you're next.
Yeah, no, I mean, I totally agree.
Ditto.
Yeah, I mean, that's just an awesome answer. I mean, I've had repairs done by a mobile tech, and he's actually very, very successful in the area that we're in right now. And he has a YouTube channel and doing very successful at that. But he's like an engineer, so he can see the problem before it's a problem. And I talked to him. I actually hired him to fix stuff before I knew how to fix stuff. But he's like, you don't need that school. Anybody can be an RV tech. You just get some tools and say, hey, you might not know how to do it, but there's YouTube out there. I mean, and that's, you laugh about it, but it's true. I mean, a lot of stuff that I learned before going to school, I learned on YouTube. Somebody had done a video on it or just Googling it. But it was good.
Would you say, though, that going to the school versus just watching videos gave you more confidence?
Oh, absolutely. Hands down. Because, again, I'm a hands-on type of person. So while I could watch those YouTube videos, I'm not exactly going to go and tear apart my water heater just to say I can test something.
True.
Whereas in the school, I could actually take it apart and do the test and stuff. So, yeah.
All right. Perfect. All right, Rob, you need me to repeat the question?
Repeat the question, 100%.
All right. What advice do you have for someone who is thinking about going to NRVTA?
I definitely agree with what Danny said. Do your research, look at the other schools that are out there. But the great thing about the NRVTA is that it teaches you how to diagnose the main systems in the RV. And it was definitely good. It helped me. Because I'm one of those guys, I can fix anything. So it was good to know new stuff. And they taught me the one thing I didn't know, which was electricity. So yeah, I would definitely go. It was definitely good, especially if you're on the GI Bill and it takes care of it for you. Hell yeah, yep, no reason not to.
Although, go ahead.
Well, and to kind of add on to what I was kind of thinking too is that through the NRVTA, you actually get put into a very large RV tech repair. I've had some training network, so that's kind of huge as well.
Yeah, I'm curious what the cost is now too, because I think when I went through it, it was right around $10,000 for everything, and
If you say so.
yeah, I mean, for me that was definitely worth it. I think I learned. I've obviously I made my money back already, and it's a full-time biz now, so it's for me, it was definitely worth the investment because I was on the edge of, hey, should I really put the money through this? Because I'm the same way. I've seen enough YouTube stuff where it's like, yeah, I could get through YouTube, but no, this was definitely, it was worth it for me.
It was a confidence builder.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Because like I was saying, you got that YouTube stuff, but actually getting hands-on and going through people that know what they're doing is a total confidence builder.
Yeah. Gives you a lot more belief in your skills.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And that's one of the main reasons why I actually decided to go, too, because I knew it was hands-on. And, I mean, that's the way I learned. So it was definitely worth it.
Cool. I was just going to say, too, I know you guys did the GI Bill, but it also counts if you have a 529 plan. So that's how we did it.
Oh, good to know.
Oh,
So,
nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
So for those that don't know, what is the 529 plan?
Yeah, that is a college fund that you can put together for your kids. So we had, and on each plan, it's your child's name, but it's also like one of the parents usually around there, whoever the beneficiary is. So all we had to do was change Rob to the beneficiary on it, and then we were able to pull funds out of there.
Because we actually had leftover money from our kids after they went to college, so it was good.
Yeah. So, all right.
Wow, I didn't know that you could use that. That's sweet.
I didn't
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And again, it depends on how they're set up, but if you just make sure you have it set up properly, when you pull the funds, you're all set.
Nice.
All right. And so what's that?
That's good to know.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Yep. Yeah. That's honestly that's one of the only reasons why I was able to go.
Yep.
I mean, because I don't have an extra 10 grand just hanging around.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
So,
All right. All right, guys. Last question for me. What tools do you actually need for class? I know you probably showed up with, I don't know, maybe more or less than you needed. So what would somebody need? Yeah, Danny, you go.
Multi-tool screwdriver, a drill, a laptop or iPad so you can watch the YouTube videos. And mostly just to get on Amazon in the middle of the class and then buy. I mean, specifically for me, I bought every day there was a new Amazon package
Oh, for
coming.
sure. Oh my gosh.
everybody.
If you're not in a position, in my opinion, if you're not in a position where they send you a list of things you need before you get to the class, if you're not in a position to buy those tools before you go, that shouldn't stop you. They have extra things there you can bum off of your classmates, but just a screwdriver and a flashlight so you can open stuff up and see what you're looking at.
Yep.
All right.
And I would add to that list a multimeter.
Yeah.
A multimeter and the 11 and 1 screwdriver.
Yeah.
I probably did 95% of my testing as far as the practicals go with the multimeter and the 11 and 1 screwdriver.
Yep.
I would add to that a flashlight. Like I've gone through 4 different flashlights. I finally have one now. It's a work light that is awesome. I absolutely love that thing. But that is a lifesaver. Like without a light, you're screwed.
Does it
Yeah.
use like a magnet or something?
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
The one, it has a strong magnet. It's got 3 different kind of lights. It is the absolute bomb.
And when you
So
turn it
for
on
the
by
listeners-
accident, it blinds
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
So for the listeners, I've learned this from Rob about when we went through school. He's a flashlight fiend.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say. Every time I talk to him, he's like, "Oh, you gotta check this one out."
Dude, I have a new one.
I'm just saying.
I can't wait to show it to you. It's awesome.
You're right on that, Jim.
I know it.
I do. I have like 9 lights.
I love it.
Oh, that's awesome. All right, so just off of that one, you guys kind of said what you need. Was there anything you were told you needed that you didn't need for tools?
Yeah. Well, I would say the manometer. I bought the $20, $30 manometer
manometer.
to check your
Yeah.
your propane pressures. And personally, I haven't used it. Rob may have more experience with it, but I think I could get away with not doing that test.
Right, and I would also agree with that. Unfortunately, at the time that we went through, they were not licensed and didn't have the ability to teach anything on the propane side. I think and propane is just a weird animal because there's different rules and regulations for different states.
Yep.
But yeah, so the whole propane stuff, I wouldn't even waste your money on that. If you go through the class and you decide to be a technician, figure out what your state requires and then maybe get propane stuff.
Agreed.
There you go.
But
Love
see, I would say I've used that from day one because if you remove a furnace, a hot water or a water heater, a stove, anything that's got propane in it, you need to do a test. I mean, because you have to cover your ass. So I do before I do anything. Like when I had to pull out a furnace, I knew I was going to crack the propane line. So it's like I do a test first, make sure it's not leaking. When I put everything back together, do another test, make sure it's not leaking, so it covers my butt. That if there is an issue, and I take pictures and everything. So.
Right.
No, and I totally agree with that, but unfortunately the school was not allowed
Yeah.
to teach us how to do that. So I think that was kind of one of the shortcomings in the whole program.
Yeah.
Here, buy this tool, but we're not really going to teach you how to use it. We kind of tell you what the importance is, but I mean, there was I don't know. I think there was a 1-hour segment.
Yeah, we had the one stove thing with
but there was
Todd's brother.
it was more of a walkthrough than anything.
Yeah.
And I was a little disappointed.
So what's yours, Rob, then? What do you think we didn't need?
And that whole list, I don't know. I use all my tools.
I felt like there was something you had though that you said you didn't need.
I don't know. The 11 to 1 I use all the time. The one thing that's not really on the list, that I think you do need is a flashlight. But
Nomadic Solutions flashlights.
Oh my gosh. Well, with that, I'm going to turn it over to Amy.
All right, for this segment in RV Trash Talk Podcast, we're going to talk about life after NRVTA. Because we all know you survived, everybody passed, you're all certified, whatever. You are, technicians. So, what has been the biggest challenge? And, well, before I finish the question, we want to screw up the order again? So when everybody's on RV?
That's up to you. Yeah.
Sure, we can. I guess you go first this time.
Okay.
All right. And then who went last time?
Rob went
I
last
did.
last time.
Okay, so Danny, Rob, no.
Jim, Danny,
Your husband
Rob.
is named Jim.
Tell me what order it's going.
Jim, Danny, Rob.
Jim, Danny, Rob. Okay. All right.
fine, I'll go last again. Whatever.
What's the biggest challenge running your business as a mobile RV tech?
So, yeah, that's a great question,
Can I
Amy.
answer that one for you?
Thank you. Yeah, okay, what's my answer?
Customers, because
It goes around everywhere.
Yeah. So I'll give you that. So, well, I'm going to back up a little bit. I'm going to go back to when we were in school at NRVTA. There was the first week in fundamentals. There was a huge push to start a business and to do a business, and I had zero intention of starting a business when I went into school, but I almost felt like I was. It was almost like a scare tactic that
You were
need
marketed
to have
to
a
genius.
business to be able to even help your friend out. So I went through the whole process and became a business owner. But I think the biggest problem is, like you said, customers. We're not in one spot long enough to have
Yeah.
a dedicated customer base. I mean, my business and my phone number and address and on Google is in Washington State, and I'll get calls when I'm in Florida. Sorry, but I'm in Florida right now.
Yeah.
You can try to call X, Y, and Z, and maybe they can. So it's kind of frustrating in that regard, because it's definitely jobs that I'm like, I know I can help that person, but yeah, it's definitely that portion of it.
all right. Awesome.
Oh, Joe.
Danny, what about you?
Danny.
What is your biggest challenge so far about running an RV tech business?
The biggest challenge, because we move so much, we're not even the type that stays hardly a week at places. If we stayed a week, it's been 2-3 days too long. So more specifically, it's the marketing of the business, where we stay places for 3, 4, 5 nights. We're not there for weeks or months on end. I can give business cards to the front desk, but usually that turns out with after I've left that location, then somebody calls me. So I have the marketing on the back of my truck, and it's been pretty successful. I mean, it ebbs and flows. I have a couple successful weeks in a row, and then I do nothing. I get nobody to come knock on my door for a month. But the true transparent hard part about running the business is, and I really don't consider myself like the nicest guy in the world. Like, I really don't like most people, but when they come up to me in a time of need and their slide won't come in or their landing gear won't go up in the morning, and and Melissa gives me crap for it, okay, I'll come help. And then they're like, what can I pay you? No, it's fine. I mean, it just happened the other day. I just got out of my truck, and a guy was like, hey, can I come talk to you? I need some help. And he just wanted to talk about things, and I really didn't do anything. And he insisted on paying me, and I told him 3 times. So it's probably self-inflicted that I'm a terrible businessman, because I'm just helping people and I don't charge them. But if I was serious about the business, and I should, it would be the marketing piece. But that's on myself. If I wanted to really be successful in it, we would stay places for 4 to 6 weeks at a time. Yep. But it's a little bit of spending money on the road, and if I can help someone that's clearly in need, and bonus, if I act like I don't want to get paid, they usually pay you more anyway than when you would have charged.
Yep.
So it's win-win. So that's my struggle, marketing and being just such a nice guy.
Yep. See, I give everybody one opportunity. They're going to offer me money, I'm going to say no. They offer me again, I'm taking it. So
That's a good business
I used to
model.
do the 3 rule, and I realized that I got screwed out of too much money. So yeah, I just did the one time rule now, and it's like, yeah. But no, I 100% agree. The customers are always a challenge, and I have found that 2 months is the number. If I'm in a spot that I'm going to be there about 2 months, if I can, it's worth my time then to go around and hand out cards and do all that stuff, and I usually 100% get I'll get the ROI back on it without a problem. Um, 1 month, 2 3 days sometimes it's hard. It's definitely hard. I lucked out last week or last month where I had 2 jobs right in a row that basically paid for our site there, so it worked
Oh,
out well.
nice. Nice.
So, but yeah, getting more customers would be a fantastic thing. Going through the school, it was like, hey, you just need to throw up a sign, and customers are gonna flock to you, and definitely in some spots, 100%. Other times it's
Depends
like,
where you're at.
yeah, definitely,
Well,
definitely.
even just pulling in here today or yesterday, the guy who checked us in saw that he was a mobile tech and came over today to ask a question, and then they told him to go up and put the cards up at the front.
Yeah.
So, and they said, the people who've been around here have really burned bridges, and so they don't like to refer them anymore. So they were happy to have them, even though we're here a couple weeks. So who knows?
Yeah.
It'll maybe turn into something.
Hopefully.
Nice, that's great.
Well, and having been in the park that you're at right now, we've been to that park and we've seen a mobile tech in there before, so I kind of know who they're talking about. So,
Oh yeah. No.
you could probably get some jobs there in the next couple of weeks while you're there.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping.
But
So,
also, you guys all use RV
yeah,
Help.
RV Help. Plugged RV Help. I get a lot of work from RV Help. I get leads. I definitely get a lot of leads. I had my first Keystone warranty thing, which turned into a whole cluster feed. But yeah.
All right. Well, those are all awesome answers. All right. For the next question, what advice do you have for someone who wants to become a certified mobile tech in a business, running their own business?
And I guess I'm first.
Yes. Oh, sorry.
So I'm not sure I'm the best person to answer that question. I guess my answer to anybody that would want to have their own mobile RV tech business is if you really want a business, go all in, and try to stay put for longer than a week or two.
Yeah.
Because you're and even if you move, don't move too far, because you can still have clientele that's 20 minutes, 30 minutes away. Because your part supplies are going to be a little slow. People are going to be a little hesitant because they're not sure who you are, but at the same time, they might have a crisis. So yeah, it would be, if you're serious about it, you can make it work, and to try to stay locally wherever you're at longer than just a week or two.
All right. Danny?
Can you repeat the question?
Yes. What advice for someone who would want to do a mobile RV tech business?
Okay. So if you are depending on your mobile technician business to pay your bills, you have to be intentional and purposeful. And from experience, from the three of us, I think if you're there's a difference between a mobile tech and full-time RV family mobile techs. So if you want to be a mobile tech and you want to be extremely successful and you want to pay the bills and give your family that fruitful life, stay in one place. Have a spot where you can park your truck and you can potentially bring clients to, and put everything into it that you have. I mean, it's like anything that you do. You're going to do it to your best ability. So throw your heart into it, and as Rob can attest to, he's been wildly successful, and he's still a full-time traveling family, and he's been wildly successful. Anything you want to do, you can do. Now, if you are going to start a business like me and be full-time family in traveling, you have to manage your expectations. You have to understand that you might go weeks or months without clients. And if you're depending on that to pay your bills for your family, it's probably not the route you want to be on. But if you're someone in my situation where I'm 38 years old and I retired and I just don't want to, well, I do want to sit around all day, but my wife doesn't want me to sit around all day, and you want to make a little extra money, it's a fantastic job. And if you don't want to start the business and you just want to have that knowledge to help your fellow travelers on the road, it's fantastic. But whatever you do in any business, including this one, you have to be intentional about it. If you want it to be successful, you have to throw your heart behind it.
Yeah.
All right, Rob. What about you?
Yeah, I would definitely agree. What's the question?
Classic.
Tried so hard.
All right.
there.
What advice do you have for someone who wants to do a mobile
Yeah,
RV
okay,
tech
got
business after
I
graduation?
100% agree with Danny. Said you have to go all in. Like if we were to stay in one spot, I know for a fact I'd have a ginormous customer base.
Yeah.
Especially where we go in Arizona, I've got to know a lot of the managers in a lot of the RV dealers, and they send me a ton of work. So I know for a fact that if we were in one spot for more than 6 months, we'd make a crap ton more money.
Right.
But it's definitely good because right now, you know, at the beginning of the year, I made a bunch of money. It was nice. It helped us out a lot. And then wherever we go, my goal is if we can pay for the campground wherever we're at, I'm good. Like that.
Nice.
That's my goal. So
You need a bigger goal.
yeah.
Oh boy.
Trish needs more shoes.
Oh, that was so perfect.
Too funny.
All right, moving on to the next question. We'll hurry up and get Rob out of this one.
I want to go back to the previous question.
Actually, I'm going to ask Rob this question first because I feel this one is really tailored more to Rob, maybe than you guys. I mean, you can answer too. What is the weirdest or grossest repair job you've had to do since becoming an RV tech?
Oh, okay. So I've actually had two, but the one is just somebody had an issue with their toilet bowl leaking. So, as a normal human, if you have somebody coming over to check out your toilet, you would assume that you just clean it. Let's go with a little bit of cleaning on it. I got there and it was just like, oh, like it was so nasty. Like that was by far one of the worst. And then the second worst was, and I posted a picture somewhere of the air conditioner. The person had an issue with air conditioner, and I took a picture. And I think I sent it to you guys. It was a half-inch thick of just dust and fur, and so if that's the outside of the air conditioner, just imagine what the inside of the rig looked like.
Oh my
And they had a leak. They had a leak in their sink, and their sink had dishes that were probably in there for, let's call it, a good week or so. Like just
Gross.
oh, it was so
Gross.
bad. But
So gross.
yeah, so that was those two just really stick out. So like kind of
Right.
embedded in my head.
Yeah.
Do either of you guys have a gross RV tech?
Well, I do, but I didn't do the job.
No.
Spoiler alert. So one of my very, very, very first paying job, a gentleman had a Class A motorhome, and his electric reel for his shore power cord wasn't working. So he hired me to diagnose it, and I got it working for him. And then he's like, well, I also have this problem with my black tank, transition, gray tank stuff. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not really set
Not
up
to do
for
that.
that job. So I bounced out on that one.
Oh, that's funny.
Danny,
No, I don't have one.
you have a gross story?
No, not really. I mean, dirty air conditioners, and if the air conditioner is massively dirty, you can imagine what you're going to walk into in the RV.
Amen.
Yep.
But nothing that sticks out.
All right.
Well,
All right.
that's good.
All right, moving along to the last question in this segment. How often do campground neighbors ask you, hey, can you come take a quick
Oh
look
my
at this?
God. Okay,
So,
guys.
so I guess I go first because I was the first one. So I don't put my business placard on my truck very often because I am retired and I like being retired. But when I do have it on, it was probably in a 2-week period, probably twice.
Every
Danny?
time I pull into a campground.
Right?
Every single time.
Uh,
So now I just trade it for beer or bourbon.
yeah, like, well, mine's always on my truck, but it's wild. It's just unbelievable. We were just joking about it, how we went from the tippy
It's not the tipping point.
low part of Florida all the way up here to Washington, and almost like in 4 months, I had nobody ask me a question. On the back of my truck, the entire time. We went from the middle of Florida to is about as far as you can go in Washington until you turn into a Canuck. And
Oh man,
I mean, maybe 3 encounters, which
we
is
pull
crazy.
into a rest area. People ask stuff.
We've had
Gosh,
people call
yeah.
us while we're driving.
A guy called me. Dude, I'm right behind you. I have this going on. Can you help me out? I'm like,
Well, see, that's because you were in marketing.
yeah, yes, you know,
That's true. We got all sides
Have you-
covered.
yeah,
Have you looked at your truck?
yeah.
Good point. Good point.
All right, I think everybody's answered.
Yeah,
All
I think that
those?
was awesome. I think you guys gave some great insight to life after NRVTA. But here's the thing. There are also some amazing, beautiful wives that come with you to NRVTA. So,
Amen.
Trish, imagine you were creating a survival guide for the NRVTA spouses. What would be your top tip?
All right.
Open the wallet and let them buy the tools they need.
Yeah. I would say there's a couple angles I could go, but I'm going to say you could just be supportive. One, I don't know if all husbands are like this, but I feel like for my guy at least, I can't speak for yours. It was the first time kind of going back into that learning educational environment in a really long time. That there was a lot of overwhelm and probably just crazy nerves happening because it was all new. And so I don't know, just I would say pamper them a little bit, make sure you've got, some breakfast, lunch, and dinner for them, and just kind of let them have their time because they're learning a lot in a very small amount of time. And you don't want them freaking out for their test either every week. So
Amen.
just
Yes.
kind of pamper a little.
Just relax.
I do have something bad. I say make friends with those other wives.
Yes.
That was my other one.
Because I mean, we were there 6 weeks. You guys were all there 5 weeks. But I mean, look at the 6 of us now.
Yeah.
Still, after all this time, still hanging out, still obviously doing our podcast. I feel you make those lifelong friendships and connections, and we still talk to other people, besides just the four of you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're excited. Like, Caitlin and Scott from our class, we just hung out with them. They'd come up through our area.
They were
and-
passing through, yeah.
Yeah, and so, yeah, I think definitely make friends with the other wives because your spouses, they're in class all day long, and
Well, and I think that's very important, especially if you are traveling mobile tech, because your paths will more than likely cross again.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just,
and I'm just excited for in 2 weeks when all 6 of us are together.
Yeah.
I
Can't
can
wait.
do a podcast together.
Yeah.
Cannot wait. Melissa, sorry. I just wanted to add a little bit to Amy. Sorry. Because that was the other answer I was going to go with. But I just wanted to add that when we went there, I really didn't know how it was going to be. In fact, I had almost thought about flying back to Arizona while Rob was there because we had been traveling for almost 3 years at that point, and we had not had the luxury of meeting a lot of people along the way. And so it was really NRVTA that turned it around for me and made this lifestyle fun again because we were finally able to meet friends who kind of shared that same just lifestyle dream, everything that we did. So that was,
Beautiful.
make good friends.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Cheers to that.
Cheers to that,
Yeah.
Trish.
I guess I'm gonna go on a completely different perspective because we had our kids with us when we were at NRVTA, and there's no playgrounds, there's no pools, there's nothing there for the kids to do. So trying to figure out ways for them to be entertained during the day was very complicated, but I think the complete godsend in all of this is they met a very amazing kid while we were there, and they were just finding frogs and, you know, finding fishes, and they would come home and it'd be like, we just found this tadpole. I'm like, that's awesome, but get it out of my RV. You know, so it was like, you know, allowing kids to be kids again, and like, you know, doing things that they wouldn't normally be doing if we were, you know, in different situations. It like NRVTA was amazing. We obviously have met amazing people while we were there, but you know, watching the kids for 5 weeks, like figuring out ways to entertain themselves without, you know, different things being there was just really awesome. And you know, I'm really grateful for the time that we had there, and the kids had a great time, and we have met up with the friends that they have met there, you know, after, and it's been really awesome. So
Love that.
Yeah.
but also, if you have to do laundry, you need to get there early in the morning, because they only have 3 washers and 3 dryers.
3 or 4. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
something like
so
that.
Not
like
enough.
I'm gonna also talk about that. Like, you need to get there early in the morning, and you need to reserve those washers and dryers. So there's that.
But that's at the RV park that's next door to NRVTA.
Yes, where
Which
most
is,
of the people
so,
stay.
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
Yeah.
yeah.
Good
But
point,
yeah,
Jim.
the big
Good point.
texting. Yes.
Oh, and also one more thing.
Yeah.
Go to the taco truck on Tuesday.
Yes.
Yes.
Do
Oh
not
my
miss
god,
the
the burrito
taco.
tacos are redonkulous.
Yes.
Yep.
Have to do it.
Do not miss
Tacos.
that
Boom.
taco truck.
I didn't think they were that good.
Oh.
I don't know. You had no problem eating them.
And then the burger joint that was downtown there. What was the name of that place?
Oh,
the
yeah.
taco bar.
The
Yeah.
root.
Also very
Root?
good.
Yeah, that was good.
That was good, yeah.
All right, so now we're going to go to our favorite segment of the entire podcast, our oh boy moments. What is your biggest RV repair since NRVTA that made you think, oh boy, they definitely did not cover this?
Roberto?
So I got this one. When one of the parts in the refrigerator thing was changing out the whole cooling unit, and it was like, if we spent 5 minutes on it, it was a lot. And it was literally like, oh yeah, just undo this, take this out, you do this, and you're good to go. Well, one of my biggest jobs was you show up to the place, you smell the ammonia, you see the yellow powder. It's the cooling unit that needs to be replaced. It was a ginormous job, to the point where I was like, I told the guy, I was like, it's probably gonna take me 6 hours to do this. And I won't charge you if it's longer than that, but it's probably going to be around 6 hours. And the guy finally agreed and ordered the thing. It was a 7.5 hour job. It was ridiculous. And we spent 5 minutes on it. 5 minutes on it in class.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was one of those things that was like, yeah, they didn't cover this. It's like, oh yeah, just swap this out. No, it's way more involved. The guys that sent the instructions did fantastic. I got them on the phone for an issue I had. So getting it done wasn't a big deal, but yeah, it was an oh boy moment for sure.
yeah, for sure.
That's a top tier oh boy moment.
That was a pucker factor, man. That was huge. But
All right, Jim, what about you?
Well, I mean, I'll have to go to my first job because it was an aftermarket. It was that electric reel shore power cable winder thingy-majiggy, and it was an aftermarket thing, and it's like he had no power to it. Well, at first I wanted to verify that the darn thing worked and it wasn't a power issue, and well, I was there for way too long, and it's like, okay, this did not prepare me for it, and it was like, I think the biggest thing I learned from that though was aftermarket stuff I ain't touching. I ain't touching aftermarket stuff. If you installed it aftermarket or somebody else did, ain't doing it. Sorry, but it was because it was on a Class A, and the reel was all the way on the back side, so I'm tracing wires all the way up to the front chassis batteries, and it's like it was just a big mess. And this didn't work, and that didn't work, so I fixed this and fixed that, didn't fix this. Saw bare wires hanging out from a backup camera that was supposed to be there but wasn't there, so I'm like, dude, what the heck? So capped those off for the guy, and I'm like, I think I was there for like 3 hours, and I'm like, honestly, I really didn't fix anything. I did make his reel work. So I found 12-volt supply, tapped into it, done deal, and I'm like, all right, hour and a half here, just $300, whatever it was. I don't know what it was exactly, but it was like, yeah, I was not prepared for an aftermarket repair. For sure not.
Cool.
What about you, babe?
Oh boy, RV moment.
Yeah.
I had these. Actually, I was on the pot, and this person knocks on the door, and I can hear the whole conversation between Melissa and this old Canadian lady, and she was wigging out like, "If we need help, we saw your husband's truck. We can't leave. Our landing gear won't come up in this Class C." So I finished my morning routine, and I go out there, and like I was probably there an hour and a half, and obviously the primary system didn't work. I did the overrides, the manual, nothing would work. And finally I just found a 2x4 sitting like near this trailer trash house, and I grabbed it, and then I got on it on my back, and I just wedged it up and pushed as hard as I could. And the landing gear, of course I opened the line so that it would open, and I just pushed this landing gear out because they could not leave. I mean, it was like 3 inches off the ground. They could never drive. So I prefaced it with, "It may never work again after Double D sees this, but at least you'll get to, at least you'll
We
get
may
to
or may
leave
not
the
fix
thing."
you.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not fixing your problem. I'm just helping you get out of the site.
Get on the road.
So that was probably the biggest oh boy where, well, I can get you out of here, I guarantee it. I don't know if you're going to put it back down when you leave.
No, but they were super nice, and they were super appreciative of you just trying to help them, though.
Yeah, that was another one of those where I was like, it's okay, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
You don't have to pay me. And then they gave me $3-4.
Oh, wow.
It worked out good.
There you go.
Nice. All right, so to wrap up this awesome episode of RV Trash Talk, looking back, was NRVTA worth it to you? And any last words you have? We're going to start with Jim.
Was it worth it to me? For me, yes. Again, and I'll go back to the very beginning. I have a passion for RVs. I have a passion for being able to fix my own stuff. I have a passion for being able to help people. So the knowledge that I did learn, I think, is invaluable. But at the same time, if it wasn't for my GI Bill, I probably would not have gone. But yeah, it was worth it to me.
Nice. Danny?
Was it worth it for me from a business standpoint? If I had to pay for it in the lifestyle that we choose, no. But because it was free, absolutely. Have I choose to stay in one place and start a business? 100% yes.
Bingo.
Roberto?
Yeah, I agree. If it was definitely worth, for me, it was definitely worth it. I knew I kind of needed a business to do. I've made my money back times a bunch, so it was definitely worth it. What was the second part of the question? Any words of advice?
Any last words?
Any last words? Yeah, it's definitely it's definitely good if you're willing to. If what you want to do is a business with this, 100%, you'll make your money back with it. But you have to be dedicated, and you have to be sure, and this is what you're going to do, and put your all into it. Yes, 100%, you'll make your money back. If you're a weekend warrior, take the fundamentals class. It's a couple $100, and yeah, you'll learn a crap ton about your rig, and you'll be very confident to fix almost anything that's out there on your rig. So,
Love it. All right. Now for the most amazing part of this podcast is Amy's quote of the episode.
Okay, well, I found this one today and kind of goes along with you guys all taking advantage of going to NRVTA to do these businesses and become an RV tech. So my quote is, if opportunity doesn't knock, build a door.
There you go.
Ah, I like it.
awesome! You rock!
Love it.
Amy,
You rock,
just
lady.
have such
That's love it.
wise wisdom
Come
words.
on, somebody.
That's going to close out today's episode of RV Trash Talk Podcast. We love sharing our NRVTA experiences with you because this community of RVers and techs is what keeps all of us rolling down the road. And without NRVTA, we would not be sitting here right now.
Amen.
Very true.
If you like this episode, please share it with your friends who's curious about NRVTA or thinking about diving into RV life. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at RV Trash Talk Podcast. Please join the conversation. Thanks for tuning in. Until next time, safe travels and happy troubleshooting.
Hope you guys enjoyed this RV Trash Talk podcast. Please subscribe and join us as we navigate this crazy full-time RV lifestyle.